fateful night in February 2014, 5 friends went for cave diving, but only 3 emerged alive. The authorities denied retrieving their friends' bodies and banned any expedition to Plura Cave. But the surviving friends, along with some other experienced divers, started a plan to recover the bodies of friends and give them the funeral they deserve. Just 7 weeks after their harrowing escape, the survivors bravely went back in. This story shows the incredible lengths true friends will go to for each other, even in the face of death. In the heart of Norway's breathtaking landscapes lies the Plura Cave system, a siren's call to adventurers and a notorious challenge even for the most skilled cave divers. It's here that our story begins, with 5 friends united by a shared passion for the uncharted and the thrill of the deep.
Sä leijut siellä Puolassa vaan. Sitten ne on tietysti erittäin kauniita.
Kai Kenkinen, a seasoned diver and an electrician by trade, was the de facto leader of the group. Known for his meticulous planning and calm demeanor under pressure, Kai had been the driving force behind many of their expeditions. Along with him, he had Patrick Grunqvist, a fireman from Porvoo, Jari Huotarinen, the group's production manager, Vesa Rantanen, an electrical design entrepreneur, and then there was Jari Yu, an engineer whose analytical mind and attention to detail made him an invaluable member of the team. The Plura Cave system, known for its chilling waters and treacherous passages,
these rocks, these caves,
awaited the divers after their 15-hour journey through Finland, Sweden, and Norway. Their trip, filled with excited chatter and technical discussions, brought them to the remote Jordbru farm in Norway, the starting point of their underwater adventure. The 5-member diving team, all equipped and prepared, initiated their expedition from the same entrance at Plura. The group was divided into 2 teams. The first, led by Patrick G., who had earlier discovered the link between Plura and Steinuglaflaget, included himself and Jari H. The second team, comprising Vesa R., Jari U., and Kai K., commenced their dive 2 hours later, allowing time for the water to clear from the disturbance caused by the first team's entry. Their goal was to traverse the underwater cave system, starting from Plura and aiming to exit through Steinuglaflaget. This journey was estimated to take 5 hours to complete. About an hour into their dive, having navigated through the deepest part of the cave at a depth around 110 meters below the Plura entrance, Patrick G. noticed that Jari H. was no longer following him, and this is even before the second team has even entered the water. He retraced his path and discovered Huotarinen trapped in a narrow section, tangled in a cord from his gear, signaling distress with his torch. Jari H., appearing panicked and at risk of hyperventilating, was given a cylinder of gas by Patrick G. to mitigate carbon dioxide buildup.
No matter what happens, you never, ever give up.
Tragically, while attempting to switch mouthpieces, Huotarinen began swallowing water and, despite Grunqvist's efforts, died right in front of him. Patrick, amidst his shock, had to maintain composure to avoid hypercapnia himself. It took 20 minutes for him to compose himself and proceed, as he was not only concerned about his oxygen supply depleting, he was also contending with the risk of his jet's power running out. This jet was crucial for both propulsion and warmth in the frigid water. Additionally, he had to be wary of hypercapnia and decompression sickness. Staying at greater depths for extended periods meant a longer decompression time was necessary before surfacing. Hypercapnia, the accumulation of carbon dioxide in the bloodstream, can result from rapid breathing, particularly at depths where CO2 is absorbed more readily. Symptoms range from mild disorientation to severe, potentially fatal consequences. Decompression sickness, also known as the bends, occurs when a diver ascends too quickly, allowing nitrogen absorbed under pressure to form bubbles in the blood and tissues, leading to joint pain, paralysis, or death. Both conditions require meticulous management and planning to mitigate risks during deep dives. After the tragic incident, Patrick G. had to make the difficult ascent to the Steinuglaflaget exit. He was worried about the second group's reaction to encountering their friend's body. When Vesa R. from the second group entered the water, he faced a daunting scene. However, he managed to stay calm, but passing the narrow path with a body in the way added 15 minutes to his passage. leading to an additional 3 hours of required decompression time. Running low on oxygen, Vesa hurriedly tried to exit through Steinugelflaget, but emerged 80 minutes earlier than his new decompression schedule. Jari Yu, on encountering the scene, panicked, and despite Kai K's attempts to soothe him, passed away, likely due to panic and hypercapnia. Instead of following Vesa, Kai K decided to retreat along the lengthier route toward the Plura entrance, a journey that took an exhausting 11 hours. Once out of the water, the 3 surviving divers, all showing signs of decompression sickness, immediately sought medical treatment at the nearest hospital. Upon learning that authorities had abandoned the mission to recover their friends' bodies, the surviving divers were determined to take matters into their own hands. They couldn't bear the thought of leaving their friends behind in the depths of the cave.
Reikä. Jumalauta, siellä on kirkasta.
Coordinating with other experienced divers, they meticulously planned a covert operation to retrieve the bodies. This mission meant returning to the very same treacherous passages they had barely escaped from, a daunting and dangerous task. The divers were acutely aware of the risks, both physically and legally. Not only were they facing the same life-threatening conditions as before, but they also understood that their operation might be considered illegal, potentially leading to legal consequences. However, driven by a profound sense of duty and camaraderie, they resolved to proceed, demonstrating a remarkable commitment to their friends and the unspoken bond shared among divers.
Ei mä nyt usko mihinkään ylempään, mutta missä ne nyt ainakin on, niin ne on ainakin meidän muistoissa. Ei me vaan voida jättää niitä jätkiä sinne luolaan.
This brave and selfless act allowed them to give their fallen comrades a proper funeral. It was a poignant testament to their deep bond and commitment to one another, underscoring the strong sense of community and respect that exists within the diving fraternity. Their actions, driven by loyalty and the desire to honor their friends' memories, brought closure to the families in the diving community. If you enjoyed this story and are interested in more inspiring stories like these, consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the bell icon for updates. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Kyllä mä niin kaikkeni teen noilla sukelluksilla, että epä siellä kuole.